read one book a day, and tonight we're diving into Winnie the Pooh. Have you ever longed for a corner free from anxiety and competition? A place without peers to meet, no social demands to cater to, only pure companionship and acceptance. Acceptance of your imperfections, your little muddles, and even the occasional caprice of wanting to lose yourself in your own small world. When the adult world is filled with efficiency and results, we seem to have gradually forgotten what simple joy looks like. This fairy tale, born in post-war Britain, is precisely a gentle solace, prepared for every soul yearning to catch his breath. Its author, A. Milne, drew inspiration from his son's stuffed toys and the rural forest to write this warm story that has spanned a century, becoming the most precious spiritual memory of childhood for generations. To step into this warm world, we first need to meet our protagonist, Winnie the Pooh. He has no glamorous status or extraordinary abilities. He is just a round, fluffy teddy bear whose mind is mostly occupied with one thing: honey. The origin of his name is quite interesting. Winnie comes from the name of a Canadian black bear at London Zoo, a favourite animal of Christopher Robin. Pooh is the nickname he gave to a swan, simple and full of childlike innocence. Pooh lives in a hollow of a large oak tree in the 100 Acre Wood. Hanging at the entrance of the hollow is a sign that reads, Mr. Sanders. No one knows where this name came from. Perhaps it was just a little whimsical idea of Pooh's one day. For him, life doesn't need so many whys. Being happy is enough. The story always begins with Pooh's little hunger. One morning, Pooh woke up from his sleep, rubbed his eyes, and a hollow rumble came from his stomach. He looked down at his round belly, and an inner monologue quietly emerged. Oh, it seems time to look for honey again. A morning without honey is like a forest without sunlight. Something is always missing. He slowly climbed out of the hollow, stretched a big stretch, and his paw accidentally brushed against the branch above his head, making a few fallen leaves flutter down gently. Pooh stared at the fallen leaves for a few seconds before turning his attention back to honey. For him, the most important thing in the world has always been the warmth and satisfaction in the moment. He remembered there was a large honey tree deep in the forest where the honey was fragrant and sweet. So Pooh took small steps and walked slowly towards the depths of the forest. The grass leaves on the road were still covered with morning dew. Stepping on them felt soft, damp, and a cool touch spread from his paws to his heart. He passed a field of dandelions, and the little yellow flowers swayed gently in the breeze like tiny suns. Pooh stopped, leaned over to smell them, and the fragrance of the flowers mixed with the smell of soil made him sneeze involuntarily. Achoo! He rubbed his nose and muttered softly, Sorry, little flowers, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'm just looking for honey. This tenderness towards all things is perhaps Pooh's most precious quality. He never sees himself as the center of the world, yet he can always touch everything around him with sincerity. Finally, he saw the tall honey tree, and the faint buzzing of bees came from the hollow, a sign of honey. Pooh rubbed his paws excitedly, his eyes sparkling. He tried to stand on his tiptoes to reach the hollow, but no matter how hard he tried, he was just a little sure. Oh dear, I think I'm a bit too sure, he frowned feeling a little frustrated, but soon cheered up. "It's okay, I can climb up." He hugged the tree trunk, his paws clinging tightly to the bark, and climbed up little by little. But his belly was too round. He hadn't climbed far before he slipped and fell onto the soft grass. "Ouch!" Pooh rubbed his bottom. Although it didn't hurt, he felt a little disappointed. "Will I not be able to eat honey today?" Just then, he heard a soft sound of footsteps. Looking up, it was Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin was the only human in the forest and a good friend to all the animals. He always wore a simple shirt and shorts with a gentle smile on his face, as if he always had time to accompany everyone. "Hi, Pooh," Christopher Robin waved. "What are you doing?" When Pooh saw him, his eyes lit up immediately, and he said aggrievedly, "I want to find honey, but I can't climb up." Christopher Robin walked over and patted Pooh on the head. "Don't worry, I'll help you." Christopher Robin picked Pooh up and held him beside the hollow of the honey tree. Pooh couldn't wait to stretch out his paw, dipped a little honey, and put it in his mouth. He closed his eyes, a satisfied smile appearing on his face, and his inner monologue was full of happiness. "That's the taste, sweet and warm, better than anything else. It's so nice to have a friend's help." As he ate, he didn't forget to pass some to Christopher Robin. "You try it too, it's delicious." Christopher Robin shook his head with a smile. "No thank you, Pooh. You eat it. Seeing you happy is enough." This is the daily life of Pooh and his friends. No earth-shaking adventures, but warmth everywhere. Just like the time Eeyore lost his tail, all the friends in the forest went out to help look for it. Eeyore was a donkey who was always melancholy. His tail was long and fluffy, and it was his most precious possession. One morning, when Eeyore woke up, he found his tail was gone. He drooped his ears, walked slowly into the forest, and muttered constantly, "My tail is gone. No one will help me find it. I'm always so unlucky." His voice was full of despair, and he didn't even have the desire to approach the small mound he usually liked to rub against. When Pooh met Eeyore, he could tell at a glance that he was unhappy. "Eeyore, what's wrong?" Pooh stopped and asked seriously. Eeyore looked up at him, then lowered his head again. "My tail is gone." Pooh immediately said, "Don't be sad, we'll look for it together." He thought to himself, Eeyore is already unhappy. If we can't find his tail, he will definitely be even sadder. Friends are supposed to help each other when they need it. So, Pooh ran to tell Christopher Robin, who then gathered Piglet, Owl, Kanga, and Roo. When Piglet heard the news, although he was a little afraid of the darkness deep in the forest, he still plucked up his courage and said, "I'll come too. My eyes are small. Maybe I can see places everyone else misses." He was actually very nervous, but when he thought of Eeyore's sad face, he knew he couldn't back down. Owl, on the other hand, puffed out his chest and said, "Leave it to me. I'm the wisest in the forest. I'll definitely think of a way to find the tail." As he spoke, he adjusted his non-existent tie, pretending to be erudite. In fact, Owl sometimes got muddled, but he was always willing to do his part for his friends. Everyone searched carefully in the forest, leaving their footprints under the leaves, by the stream, and in the tree hollows. The sunlight filtered through the gaps in the leaves and fell on the ground, forming spots of light like stars. As Pooh searched, he didn't forget to hum a tuneless little song, trying to lighten the mood. Eeyore's tail, fluffy and soft, looking and looking, can't be found. His singing wasn't good, but it added a little fun to the otherwise dull search. Eeyore followed behind everyone, watching their serious expressions, and a faint warmth quietly arose in his heart, easing his despair a little. Maybe they really care about me. In the end, it was Christopher Robin who noticed something unusual. As they passed Owl's house, Owl was standing at the door, proudly showing off his door knocker, a fluffy thing hanging on the door, swaying gently in the wind. Owl, your door knocker looks a bit special, Christopher Robin said, pointing to it. Owl said proudly, "Of course, it's the most special door knocker I've ever found." Pooh leaned over to take a look, and his eyes widened suddenly. "Eeyore, look, isn't that your tail?" Eeyore looked up, and tears almost fell. It was indeed his tail. Owl suddenly realized, scratched his head embarrassedly, and said, "Oh, so this is Eeyore's tail. I'm so sorry." Christopher Robin smiled, took the tail down, and helped Eeyore reattach it. Eeyore shook his tail, feeling much lighter all over. He looked at his friends around him and said softly, "Thank you all." Pooh patted him on the shoulder. "You're welcome, we're friends." At that moment, Eeyore's heart was warm. He suddenly felt that he wasn't unlucky at all, because he had so many friends who cared about him. If the story of finding the tail was full of warmth, then the time when the 100-acre wood was hit by a flood was filled with more tension and courage. For several days, the rain kept falling without stopping. The stream in the 100-acre wood rose, slowly submerging the paths, and finally turned into a small ocean. Piglet's house was in the lowest lying part of the forest and was soon surrounded by flood water. Piglet stood on the roof, watching the flood around him, trembling with fear. "Help! Is anyone there?" His voice was small, mostly covered by the sound of rain. Fear filled his heart. Will I be washed away by the flood? Will everyone not find me? The rain fell harder and harder, and the wind blew more and more fiercely. Piglet clung tightly to the chimney on the roof, too scared to move. Pooh thought of Piglet immediately. He stood on a high place, looking at the flooded forest, and felt anxious. Piglet must be very scared. I have to save him. He ran to tell Christopher Robin, who immediately found a large honey pot, the one Pooh loved the most, which he usually couldn't bear to let anyone touch. "We can use this as a boat," Christopher Robin said. Pooh nodded. Although he was a little reluctant to part with the honey pot, he thought that nothing mattered compared to Piglet. They put the honey pot in the water. Christopher Robin rowed with an oar, while Pooh clung tightly to the edge of the pot, his eyes fixed on the front, hoping to see Piglet soon. The floodwater was turbid, making it impossible to see what was underwater, and branches occasionally drifted past. Pooh felt a little scared. He had never seen such a big flood before, but he told himself, "Don't be afraid. Piglet is still waiting for us." Finally, they saw Piglet's roof, and Piglet was huddled on it, trembling. "Piglet, we're here to save you," Pooh shouted loudly. When Piglet heard Pooh's voice, he looked up suddenly, his eyes full of hope. "Pooh! Christopher Robin!" he cried excitedly. Christopher Robin rowed the honey pot beside the roof. and Pooh stretched out his paw to pull Piglet into the pot. Piglet was soaked to the bone and kept shaking. Pooh hugged him tightly in his arms, using his fluffy fur to warm Piglet. "It's okay, Piglet. We're safe now," Pooh said softly. Piglet leaned against Pooh's chest, feeling the warm fur and steady heartbeat, and the fear in his heart gradually faded. He said softly, "Thank you, Pooh." Pooh smiled. "You're welcome. We're friends." Later, the arrival of Tigger brought a different kind of vitality to the 100 Acre Wood. Tigger was an energetic tiger. His favorite thing was bouncing around and roaring, "Hoo, hoo, hoo," as he ran through the forest. When he first came to the 100 Acre Wood, he was full of curiosity about everything, wanting to jump over and step on or touch everything he saw. "Wow, the trees here are so tall. The grass here is so soft." Tigger shouted excitedly as he bounced, his heart full of joy. "Finally, I found a place where I can bounce to my heart's content." However, Tigger's liveliness also brought some small troubles to his friends. As he bounced, he accidentally knocked over Pooh's honey pot, spilling honey all over the ground. When he jumped over a big tree, he accidentally blew Owl's books onto the floor. He even almost made Roo cry. Pooh looked at the spilled honey, feeling a little sad, but he didn't blame Tigger. He just said softly, "It's okay. We can find more honey." Owl, on the other hand, was a little angry. He put his hands on his hips and said, "Tigger, you should be more careful." When Tigger saw everyone's reaction, he felt a little wronged. "I just want to play with everyone." Christopher Robin saw Tigger's grievance and also his friend's troubles. He gathered everyone together and said, "Tigger just loves bouncing too much. He has no bad intentions. We can try to accept his differences. Maybe we can even learn something from him." So everyone began to gradually adapt to Tigger's liveliness. Pooh would bounce with Tigger on the grass. Although he couldn't jump high, he smiled happily every time. Piglet would try to play hide and seek with Tigger. Although he was always found quickly, he still thought it was fun. Eeyore even let Tigger pull his tail and bounce, and although he still had a grumpy look on his face, there was a hint of a smile in his eyes. Tigger also slowly learned to control his energy and no longer accidentally knock over his friends' things. He would look around to see if anyone was nearby before bouncing, and when he saw Piglet, he would bounce gently past him instead of scaring him. He realized in his heart, when playing with friends, you not only need to be happy yourself, but also make your friends happy. Thanks to Tigger's arrival, the 100 Acre Wood became more lively, and the bond between the friends grew deeper and deeper. Among all the stories, perhaps the most unforgettable one is Pooh's birthday. One morning, before Pooh could even think about honey, Christopher Robin called him to the open space in the forest. "Pooh, close your eyes. There's a surprise," Christopher Robin said. Pooh closed his eyes obediently, his heart full of curiosity. What will the surprise be? Honey or something else? He could hear the sound of his friend's footsteps and soft muttering beside him, and he became more and more looking forward to it. "Okay, you can open your eyes now," Christopher Robin said. Pooh opened his eyes and was stunned for a moment. There was a small cake on the open space with a few candles inserted on it. Piglet was holding a pot of honey, which he had saved for a long time. Eeyore was holding a small gift made of leaves. Owl was holding a book with a picture of a honey tree on it. Kanga was holding Roo, with a small stuffed toy in her hand. "Happy birthday, Pooh!" everyone shouted together. Pooh's eyes turned moist. He had never imagined that he would receive so many gifts. He walked to the cake, took a deep breath, and blew out the candles. His inner monologue was full of happiness. So this is what it feels like to be loved by everyone. These gifts are not expensive, but each one is full of everyone's sincere feelings. It's so nice to have so many good friends. He picked up the honey Piglet gave him, opened the lid, dipped a little for each friend first, and then ate it himself. That day, everyone sang and danced on the open space until sunset. Pooh lay on the grass, looking at his friends around him, and felt that this was the happiest day of his life. However, happy times always change. As time went by, Christopher Robin grew up slowly. He began to have his own homework and his own friends, and he visited the 100 Acre Wood less and less. One day, Christopher Robin came to the 100 Acre Wood and found Pooh eating honey in the hollow. His expression was a little sad, not as happy as usual. "Pooh," Christopher Robin sat beside Pooh and said softly, "I'm going to school. I might not be able to come see you often in the future." The honey pot in Pooh's hand fell to the ground, spilling honey, but he didn't notice at all. He looked at Christopher Robin, his eyes full of confusion and sadness. "School? What kind of place is that? Don't you like playing with us anymore?" Christopher Robin shook his head and patted Pooh on the head. "No, Pooh. I love playing with you very much, but I've grown up, and I have to learn new things." Pooh lowered his head and said softly, "Will you come back then?" Christopher Robin nodded. "Yes, I will definitely come back. The 100 Acre Wood will always be my home, and you will always be my good friends." That day, Christopher Robin stayed in the forest with his friends for a long time. They went to the honey tree together, to the stream together, and recalled many happy things. When the sun was setting, Christopher Robin had to leave. He hugged each friend and finally hugged Pooh tightly. "Goodbye, Pooh." Christopher Robin's voice was a little choked. "Goodbye, Christopher Robin." Pooh's voice was also small. He tried his best to hold back his tears, not wanting to worry Christopher Robin. Watching Christopher Robin's gradually fading figure, Pooh stood there motionless. His friends gathered around him and no one spoke. The forest was quiet, except for the sound of the wind blowing through the leaves. Pooh felt very sad, but he remembered what Christopher Robin had said. "The 100 Acre Wood will always be my home, and you will always be my good friends." He slowly raised his head, looked at the 100 Acre Wood under the sunset, and thought to himself, "It's okay. Christopher Robin has grown up, and we have to learn to accept it. As long as we remember each other and the happy times we spend together, that's enough." When Christopher Robin's figure disappears at the end of the forest, the story of Winnie the Pooh reaches its gentlest elevation. Many people regard this book as a simple children's fairy tale, but in fact, it is a profound work about the essence of existence and the true meaning of relationships. Against the backdrop of post-war trauma, A. Milne use the story of the 100 Acre Wood to build a spiritual refuge for adults and reveal the most precious human qualities, acceptance and companionship. Every character in the book is imperfect. Pooh is gluttonous and muddled. Eeyore is melancholy and pessimistic. Piglet is timid and sensitive. And Tigger is reckless and impulsive. But they never drift apart because of each other's imperfections. Instead, they accept everything about each other with pure sincerity. This acceptance is not deliberate flattery or reluctant tolerance, but heartfelt understanding and respect. Understanding Pooh's obsession with honey, respecting Eeyore's melancholy mood, tolerating Piglet's timidity, and appreciating Tigger's vitality. This is precisely the quality most lacking in our adult world. We always wear masks in social interactions, afraid of revealing our imperfections. We always haggling in relationships, demanding that others meet our expectations. We always hurt each other in competition, forgetting the most genuine warmth between people. Moreover, the companionship in the book is a precise healing for the spiritual predicament of modern people. In this fast-paced and high-pressure society, we are becoming more and more lonely. We have countless contacts in our phones, but we can't find someone to talk to at any time. We have countless friends on social media, but not one can be truly trusted. We long to be understood, yet we are afraid of being seen through. We long for companionship, yet we are unwilling to take the initiative to give. But the friends in the 100 Acre Wood tell us with their actions. Companionship is not a deliberate check-in greeting, but standing up when others need it. It is not a gorgeous verbal promise, but simple, silent company. It is not demanding others to change, but growing up slowly together in time. Christopher Robin's Growth and Farewell strike a chord in every adult's heart. We were all once carefree children in our own 100 Acre Wood, with pure joy and simple friendships. But as we grow older, we have to leave the 100 Acre Wood and enter the complex adult world, facing the pressure of studies, work, and family, and taking on our own responsibilities. We often miss our childhood, not because there were no troubles in childhood, but because there were people who accepted us unconditionally, and the space where we could freely express ourselves. But Winnie the Pooh tells us, growth is not about losing, but moving forward with the warmth of childhood. Although Christopher Robin left the 100 Acre Wood, he always remembered the companionship of his friends and kept the purity in his heart. Although his friends were sad, they also learned to accept the inevitability of growth and continue to live warmly in the 100 Acre Wood. The revelation of this book for us modern people is to learn to slow down in the busy life. Slow down to feel the warmth around us. Slow down to accept our own imperfections. And slow down to cherish the friends around us. We don't need to be perfect, nor do we need to force ourselves to fit into circles that don't belong to us. We just need to be our true selves, treat others with sincerity, and guard each other's relationships with warmth. Just like Pooh, even if he is just a little silly bear who loves honey, he can gain the most precious friendship because of his sincerity and kindness. Just like the 100 Acre Wood, even if it is just an ordinary small forest, it can become the warmest spiritual home because of the companionship of friends. Winnie the Pooh is like a warm little lamp illuminating our hearts in the late night, letting us understand that happiness is never an unattainable goal, but the small warmth around us, a pot of sweet honey, a sincere companionship, a simple greeting. It tells us that no matter how far we go or how much we grow, we should keep a piece of our own 100-acre wood deep in our hearts, where there is the purest joy, the most sincere friendship, and the warmest acceptance. No summary can replace the original work. A good book is worth reading page by page. Good night, and I wish you a sound sleep tonight. I'm Time for Bed. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to our next encounter.